Happy October, friends! Oh my gosh, I love October. It's one of my favorite months. I love the weather. I love Halloween. It's so much fun. So this month I wanted to do something a little bit different versus our normal chalkboard design. I wanted to show you a fun technique. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you how to create this dripping, spooky lettering. It's so easy. I'm just so excited to show it to you because I think it's something that anybody can do this, even kids. You can do this as a little project together. So this is what we're going to need this month. You're going to need the object you're going to be writing on. So whether you're going to do a pumpkin, your chalkboard, or another sign, you need a straw. I've got my pencil for sketching, obviously. You've got chalk marker, or if you're doing a pumpkin or a sign that you want to be permanent, you would want to use a paint marker. And this is my favorite brand. Poskia is on Amazon, and I absolutely love them. So that's what you need for this month's design. I'm so excited. Let's get started. So before you can do the dripping, spooky letters, you have to write your word first. And so we're going to practice our basic strokes that create the word boo. So here I've got our practice sheet. I'm on my iPad Pro. I've got my Apple Pencil, and I'm using Procreate app to do this. So you can also print these out and do them with paper. All right, so we've got boo. It's got 4 basic strokes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Very simple. And this is how we put it together. So you can follow along with me. So our first stroke goes like this. This is a ascender. Oh, I wrote too much on there. So you can see how it goes up to the ascender line. So we've got our ascender basic stroke, and then we have this oval and then back up. And the reason we come back up is because it needs to connect to the O, and we're going to stop. And then I like to really over exaggerate my O loops. And there you have it. There's our word boo. Well, we can't talk about October or Halloween without talking about pumpkins. And so of course I'm going to teach you how to draw a pumpkin, and then I'm going to also show you how to, once you've drawn it, then you can turn it into a jack-o'-lantern. This is really, really fun. I'm also going to show you how to do the same dripping effect to the pumpkin. That will be like our final design. So I'm just using my chalkboard here, and I've got my pastel chalk pencil, and I'm just going to sketch out the shapes of the pumpkin step by step. So the first step is you have to decide if you want a tall, skinny pumpkin or if you want a round, fat one. This middle oval shape that I'm going to create is what dictates the rest of the shape of the pumpkin, okay? All right, so if you want a very like kind of tallish, skinny one, then you're going to kind of do this really tall, skinny oval in the middle. So this is the middle of our pumpkin. That's the first step. Then from there, you're going to mimic that same shape, and you're going to kind of just come from the top, and you're going to create another shape here and another shape here. And you can stop there. You can see that this would be like a cute little tall pumpkin, or you can keep adding to the edges to make it look fuller. Once you have the shape of the pumpkin that you want, we're gonna go up to the top of it, and we're gonna sketch the stem and the leaves and the little vine details, okay? So when you come here, I just do like this kind of like squarish, roundish, organic looking shape at the top, and then you go from the pumpkin and you arch up to it like that to create the stem, and then I usually put a little like couple lines for details, and then we'll add shading in a minute. Then you add your leaves. I just do a basic leaf, even though this is not what a pumpkin leaf actually looks like in real life. That's not the shape that it has, but this, we're not going to worry too much about being that accurate about that. So you can do one behind it, you can do one in front, and then what I like to do is I have like little curls, and those are the vines to our pumpkin. The next step is we're going to come in and we're going to start adding highlights to our shapes here. So you can see I've already kind of started. So I'm just going to kind of add some highlight here, because you want these shapes, these lines here are kind of where you see the bumps and rivets inside the pumpkin. All right, so once you add your highlights, you can come back with your finger or with a Q-tip And you're just going to kind of blend that. If you're using a marker, it's the same thing. Just you have to blend before it dries. Okay, so now I'm just coming in and I'm just blending all this so it doesn't look as harsh. And you can see how the pumpkin, I'm going to fix that vine in a minute, is starting to come alive now that you have this. And then of course you can add color versus using white. You can use your orange, or like a peach color is really pretty, or a cream if you want like a white pumpkin. Okay, so once you do that, then I come back and I just kind of clean up the lines. I'll put that vine back in there, add some more detail to my leaves, maybe some more highlights if I need to. Okay, so this is how you draw a pumpkin. And you can keep it like this, or if you want to change it for Halloween, it's really easy. You already have it drawn. So what you do is come back with your pencil or whatever you're using and sketch in the face that you want. Okay, so I'm going to just do a very simple jack-o'-lantern face here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with my eraser, and I'm just going to remove the chalk from that shape. Look how easy that is. This is a lot easier than trying to draw the face and draw the pumpkin around the face. That becomes very difficult. And so once you get the chalk erased from these shapes, you can come back and kind of clean them up because it messes up a little bit. And then I like to add like a little highlight inside that dark space. There you go. There is your cute little jack-o'-lantern. All right, so I've written our cute little word boo. Now I'm going to show you how to create the dripping look. Now you'd have to decide, like on this one, I just had the drips come down. I didn't do any that went up, but then like on this one's a little bit messier, and it's got the drips and it's got things going all over the place, which is really fun too, kind of like splattered everywhere. So you decide how you want it. So what you're going to do is you're going to pump your marker onto the lettering and get as much in a spot as you can. So I'm just going to cake it on right here at the end of my B. And don't worry about messing up the lettering because we're going to come back and clean it up in a minute. All right, and do the same thing on your O. All right, and then you're going to grab your straw and you're going to turn your chalkboard upside down and blow all the ink. Look how cool that is. Okay, so you just continue to do that as many places as you want. So I'm going to put a little ink here and put some here. And I'll put some right here. And you just continue to grow this dripping, messy look with your lettering. All right, so here we go. Let's do it again. All right, once you have all the drips that you want, you can go back with your marker, and I like to kind of clean it up and make the transition look a little bit more smooth. So you can see here, this got a little bit, you know, messed up and it's kind of blurry, and I'm probably gonna erase some of that, but I can come back and I can kind of add more detail and kind of make it look more opaque and structured, so you can't see all these little like variations, but I can just kind of trace back over where the drips went And okay, so see this transition right here? This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna bring the O and make it look like it melts into that drip. So I'm just gonna connect it right there. See how nice that looks? And that just helps make it look more realistic. A few other things I wanted to show you. So I've gone back and kind of cleaned up the lines a little bit. But another thing you can do if you want it to see how this one kind of has more of a veiny look, the way I achieved that is by taking the ink and then taking my pencil and kind of dragging the ink out. Works better when these are all wet. I waited too long to show you. But it kind of just helps drag some of that ink out and kind of makes it look more veiny, and then you can come back and erase the actual pencil part. And then the other thing is when you're ready to do all these little splatters, I just pump my marker to get all the ink coming to the tip and then hold it over and then just shake it a little bit with a little bit of a jerk to get that splattered look.
Check out SheSheDesign.com for supplies, free downloads, and more resources for your chalk art and lettering. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and like this video. Thanks, guys.